Well, hello, everybody. I think it's just me at the moment, so we'll give it a few moments for people to come. I don't know if I don't know if anyone's going to come or not, um, but we'll give it a try and see if there is any interest in talking about running. My name is Paul. This is PKS Runs. I am in week 6 of my marathon training. So I have done an easy run this morning, and hopefully everything will go really, really smoothly this week. I'm doing some hills tomorrow, and I'll do intervals on Thursday, and we'll see where we end up. I look a little bit yellow. I'm going to see if I can change my light on my face here so that we're not yellow. This is going to be one of those slightly awkward things if no one comes, which case I guess we'll just call this an interesting experiment, I guess. I've never done a live stream on YouTube, so I've got all sorts of different buttons here that I can press. I've got no idea what they do, but we are just gonna sit here and wait. I can tell you a few stories whilst we are waiting to see if anybody comes in. I will tell you about last week. Last week I had an absolute howler with my running. I was ill most of the week, actually, so didn't run Monday through Friday. Did get out at the weekend, which was good. And yeah, feeling a lot better now, although still a little bit congested, but that's okay. This could be really lonely. This could be really, really lonely. Um, we'll just keep waiting. I don't know if I can edit out this bit at the boring at the beginning when it's just me waffling away to myself. In my office here, you can see my marathon and half marathon medal collection there. We can talk about that if we need to. I've got my archived running shoes over there, which is yeah, super excited. I am actually still using those ones just there, so we'll still use those in training. Well, things like this are a good humbling experience, I guess, because it's hard to know whether people want to come. I know I've not given you very much notice. There's somebody here. You are the first person in the room. Who is here? Say hello to me in the chat, please, so that I know that I'm not just talking to myself. This is Monday Night Live. Oh, and they've gone. Somebody was here and now they've left. Gosh, that's disappointing. We got so close. We got so close. Obviously not a professional streamer. I have not got my show together properly here, but that's okay. We can get there. I'm just going to have a little look at what these other buttons do. I can add an emoji. That's great. Let's put in an emoji. There we go. It's just a smiling emoji. I did that one myself. I can engage with my audience. What can I do? I can do a Q&A. I can start a poll. I can apparently ask you for money. But we won't do any of those things at this point. We're just going to sit tight and see if anybody is interested in attending this. Going to be, yeah, like I said, could have nobody come. Hello, welcome to PKS Runs Live, Monday Night Live, actually, to be completely technical with the title. If you've got any questions, do ask them. At the moment, it's looking and feeling very much like a one-on-one because I think there's just one person that is in. I can't see who that is, but the counter at the top says there's one person. So the idea of this really is just to talk about running, answer any questions that you might have, and take it from there. We'll see where the conversation goes. Hopefully it'll be interesting. Hopefully some more people will join us. So do use the chat just over on the right hand side of the window or at the bottom. Leave a comment and ask any questions in there, and I will answer them. As I said at the start, we are at the halfway point of the marathon training, and yeah, so far so good. Aiming for the elusive 240. Last time we went for that at the London Marathon, it was a complete car crash because of the bolt that went through my shoe. That was super annoying, but say la vie. You can't script this kind of stuff. Actually, had a message from an Australian runner this morning who got a bulldog clip in his shoe whilst running a marathon yesterday, or maybe it was last week. It was the Melbourne Marathon. I can't remember if this was this week or last week. Anyway, he ran a 2:46. So yeah, he didn't moan about it like I did. Didn't see him crying. He just got on with the job and completed it. Like me, though, he just carried on running because it's what you do, isn't it? You just keep on soldiering on. So that was good. Yeah, super impressive. It didn't go through the carbon plate. If I was going to have any kind of excuse at all, I would say he didn't quite have it as bad as I did. I don't think anyone's had it as bad as I mean, there are people obviously that you know, end up in intensive care or die. Someone sadly died actually at the Royal Parks half marathon. That's absolutely tragic. But the next worst thing would be a bolt through your carbon plate. Yep, I said it. I absolutely said it. So there's going to need to be a point at which I say that this is no longer alive and just a something. We've got two people. That's great. Welcome, guys. Do ask a question. At the moment, this is just a monologue. I'm just talking as things come to mind. But if you've got anything that you would like to talk to, reference PKS Runs, marathon training, then please do drop me a message and I will answer those questions. I'm hoping that the microphone is loud enough. As no one has yet asked any questions, I'm hoping that I'm not just here effectively just doing a mime artist act. My microphone does say that it's on. I can see the dial over there, so it should be working. Maybe I need to get a little bit closer. A little bit closer. Does that make any difference? Nope. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, this is all an experiment. We'll do this again next week. I won't be beaten. I mean, I might be beaten. But we'll try again. We'll learn from it. If nothing else, this will go down as a great bit of content for the PKS Runs channel. The last time I did a live, incidentally, I appeared to be topless, sat at my kitchen table. Hopefully, as you'll agree that the atmosphere is slightly more conducive for a live stream. Hopefully you agree with me. Would love to answer questions about running, though. That's why we're here. Hopefully, that's why you've tuned in. If you're thinking or you were expecting to get into some sort of OnlyFans thing, sorry, this isn't for you. Serious running chat or serious banter running is the order of the agenda. Welcome. If you are joining me, please do say hello in the chat. Where are you from? Where are you joining the live stream from? I presume probably England. Most of my followers are in England. Let's have a bit of conversation here, a bit of dialogue. At the moment, it is very, very much just me. I don't know the streaming world particularly well. I know that people just do a lot of streaming where you just watch people playing video games. If this really, really does fail, I will do a video gaming live stream. Might be more interesting. You can watch me play Balatro on my phone. That's the only game I play. Occasionally, I play on the Xbox, but I haven't played for a while. My favorite game on the Xbox is Marathon Simulator. It's quite a long game, particularly if you haven't fueled correctly. It is true to life. You do have to go through the full training block before you're actually allowed to do the marathon. It's only sensible, isn't it? But yeah, it's not an instant hit on Xbox Game Pass, but I suspect it might get there. You can actually do mechanic um, simulations. You can do lawn mowing simulations. So Microsoft, you might want to consider a marathon simulation. If the whole EA sports golf thing doesn't work out for you, or Formula One, yeah, marathon running. Lots of things that you could do in there. I remember I think it was called Track and Field on the Sega Mega Drive, maybe the Master System. Could have even been the Atari Lynx. I'm aging myself now. That was a pretty cool game. Got to do the javelin. I think it might have been Daley Thompson. I think it was Daley Thompson's something. Yeah. Anyway, I don't think there's legs in it, if I'm honest. Good running related pun there. Guys, please do say hello, or else I'm just going to keep on waffling absolute nonsense at you. So if you've got any questions about running, or are you training for anything? I presume if you have tuned into this, you are maybe vaguely interested in running. There should be a chat available to you, live chat. There we go. Yeah, it is available. No one has commented, so do say hello at least. Doesn't have to be much more than that. We're back down to one viewer. Well done, Mr. Committed, or Mrs. Committed, or Miss, or Mr. Master. All a big experiment. If you are, if this face is not familiar, I'm Paul. This is PKS Runs. I post weekly videos whilst I'm marathon training about my marathon training experience. I've been doing this now for a couple of years. I started YouTube and Instagramming close to 3 years ago now, as a way of keeping me accountable, because I have a long history of starting running and then stopping running and not running for months. I decided I'd kind of do this publicly, just so that I didn't really have a get out of jail free card. I had to kind of keep on going. As it turns out, I am fully invested on the running journey now. I've done a few marathons. I currently run about 110 miles, 110 kilometers a week, training for the Valencia Marathon, which is on the 7th of December. You can track that whole journey through my YouTube channel. Also, you can follow me on Instagram at PKS Runs for more shits and giggles, basically. More giggles, less shits, though I have actually shit myself whilst running on a multiple of occasions. I do have a rather incriminating video of me actually shitting and pissing my pants all at the same time. Whilst out on a run, I was holding my GoPro and I was filming a piece, and then I had to put my GoPro down and I forgot to turn it off. So yeah, there's the whole thing is in there. Never seen the light of day. I think it's probably for the best, if I'm completely honest, and I will be honest. I think if I had any chance of any kind of online success, it's not going to involve a video of me shitting in public. So yeah, general kind of MO for PKS Runs is I don't really know very much about a lot of things. I am definitely up for banter and for fun, and yeah, trying to become the very kind of best version of myself that I can be from a running perspective. I love an easy run. I do most of my training ordinarily at, honestly, considerably under 140 beats per minute heart rate. I'm 45. I'm not getting any younger, but I really, really, really do love an easy run. During this marathon training block, though, I am doing hill repeats on Tuesdays. I'm doing intervals on Thursdays. I'm not following a plan. On Saturday, I am doing a long run, and I'm trying to involve a bit of marathon pace work within that. On Saturday, just gone, I did 7 lots of 3 kilometers at marathon pace. That's 3:47 per kilometer if I'm going to hit 2:40. And it was absolutely brutal, if I'm honest. I'd been ill all week, so I should have expected it to be brutal. But it was absolutely brutal. Okay, so there's a few of you in here. Please do say hello in the chat. Do introduce yourselves if you've got any questions about running. I'm always happy to answer questions, talk about food, nutrition, talk about hairstyling products, shoes, medals, races, music. I could get my guitar out if we're really struggling. I've got my piano in front of me as well, so I could also do some sort of musical interlude if we really struggle. But for the moment, please at least say hello. Just you may not be real. Maybe that's it. Maybe I am actually just talking to myself. In either case, I'm kind of enjoying it. This is like having like my own personal therapy session, except I'm not getting asked any awkward questions, and I'm not having to, yeah, just say what I want basically. Outside of the running, I'm married. I've been married now for 21 years, be 22 years next year, obviously, because it's 21 at the moment, so it'd be 21 next year. I mean, that's just obvious. I've got 3 daughters. My eldest daughter is 18. My youngest daughter is 15, and my middle daughter is 16. Interesting fun fact, they were all born on different continents. Same mother, same father. First was born in New Zealand, second was born in Canada, and third was born in the UK, in England. I know that none of those are actually continents. So that's Australasia, North America, and Europe. Just like to pad out some of the detail there. Okay. Seriously, no questions? No questions? Nothing you want to ask? Even just a hello, just a wave, just an emoji, something? Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? Bueller? Probably my wife. She's probably, maybe Laura's watching. There's now 2 of you. Hi, people. I'm just gonna, it's gonna be a stream of consciousness unless somebody interrupts. We're gonna go until 8 p.m. because that's the time that I said to Laura that I would be back in the house for a cup of tea. We're in my office now. Outside of running, I do have a day job. I work in the market research industry. I am a sales guy, basically. My job title is commercial director. We have a software platform that works within the market research industry. So yeah, that's a fun tidbit. This is where the magic happens. This is where all the work happens. My desk is here in front of me. I'm actually talking now into a teleprompter, believe it or not. Seriously high tech. I use that for work videos that I make. I have them scripted so that I can just read off the script. So the camera is behind the glass. So I'm looking at the screen, looking at me, looking at you, looking at me. So I can see the chat right there in front of me. I've got my microphone on my desk. I've got a guitar over here to the side. I've got various bits of tech sitting around me. I've got all my running shoes. I've got my medals. I've got my world record certificate up there. I don't know if any of you have a world record. There. If you ran the London Marathon, then yes, you do have a world record because it was for being one of 56,000 finishes. It's basically a participation prize. I think I had to pay £25 to get the certificate, but it feels worth it because I've got a world record, and not many people have a world record. Actually, at least 56,000 other people have this very world record. So of all of the ones to get, this is probably the worst, probably the least value. Although if everybody got those certificates, 56,000 times £20 or so, yeah, world records people are absolutely coining it. They're making all the money. I feel like maybe there's a disconnect here because no one is saying hi, but I would love to, love you to say hi in the chat. Maybe you can't find the chat. Maybe the chat doesn't exist. Have I not turned the chat on? Let me just click on the buttons to check. Um, reactions, yeah, timestamps, moderation, pop out chat, community, participants. Yeah, it's just me. Just me. No one chatting, just me. I'm gonna send a message. Hi, it's me. What do we think of the Taylor Swift album? Not talked about that. Talked about a few things on the channel. Don't often talk about music. I don't listen to music typically when I run. I have got back into it a bit recently. If I'm completely honest, I have a nightmare with headphones. They really are an absolute pain in my backside. I've got a pair of those Shocks ones which are good. They're fine. The audio quality is rubbish. I've got the Open Run Pro. I've also got some AirPod Pros. They're great, except they fall out of my ears. I don't know what it is. Maybe I've got slightly too bigger ears. So they either fall out or sweat gets in there and then stops me from actually being able to hear. So yeah, more often than not, I don't listen to anything. I just have my open ears shock thingies on just so I can get pace notifications, if nothing else. But Taylor Swift's new album, interesting, I thought. I don't dislike it. My daughters are all fairly scathing about it. They weren't huge fans. But hey, look, we don't like change. Midnight Poet Department or whatever that was called. That was a great album. Midnight's Poems. Yeah, the poetry. I can see my wife in the bathroom window, and I think she's naked. It's like mottled. I can't see her boobs or anything like that, but I can see this. I can see a figurine, a silhouette. Anyway, temporary distraction there. Yeah. So Taylor Swift, pretty good. Favorite type of music when I'm running EDM without a doubt. Bit of David Guetta. Who else? Dutch guy, can't remember his name. Yeah, love it. Just high energy, gets you going. Also, don't mind a bit of Chapel Roan, or is it Chappelle Roan? I don't know. But yeah, Pink Pony Club. I mean, what's not to love about that? Reminds me of my days as a drag queen dancer. Anyway, look, we are going seriously off point here, guys, because no one's asked me any questions. It's got to be the most non Q&A of all time. Apologies if you're watching this back retrospectively and thinking, "Oh, I wish I could have asked a question." Yeah, I wish you could too. There is one viewer who has stuck with us. I don't know who they are, but well done. I feel like I should be able to give you a prize. Yeah, but I don't have a prize to give you, other than to say, just keep on going, keep watching, stick with me right till the end. 7:54. We've got 6 minutes. Feels like we're kind of running the clock down now, a little bit like a kind of a World Cup final. We don't want it to go to penalties, but we do want the match to finish with a clear winner. Got someone else has just joined us again. Hi, welcome. Do introduce yourself in the chat. I've said this now a few times. Do say hello in the chat. Any question, do just pop it in there and I'll answer it. I can't see you, so this is very much just a what's a monologue, unless there's any kind of interaction from you. You can see over in the chat on the right hand side. As yet, the engagement has been limited. I have asked some questions, or rather, I have commented myself, but no one else has asked anything. I would love to do this, and we're going to do this again next week. So this is like a good foretaste of Monday Night Live. So my kind of posting schedule is I post kind of like the weekly update from my training on a Sunday night, and then on a Monday I'm going to do this one. In fairness, I didn't give people very much notice about this. I decided when I recorded the video on Saturday that I was going to do it. I then posted about it this morning. I'm not really sure if YouTube notifies people. I know if I do an Instagram live, it will notify people and people just engage much quicker. So, those of you who are watching, I don't know how you found this. Are you subscribers to PKS Runs? If you're not, I would encourage you to, because you can have this kind of level of engagement, fun, frivolity at any point you want. You can come back, you can watch any of my videos. You can watch my London Marathon story, Loch Ness last year. I ran 2:45:55. I vlogged that on my GoPro whilst I was running. You can see my video from the Lisbon Marathon. That was 2 years ago. Actually missed the start of that one because I was stuck in the toilet queue, had a urgent call of nature, which couldn't have been ignored. So I actually started about 8 minutes after everybody else. That was fun. Played catch up. What else have we got on there? Rome half marathon last year, Bournemouth half marathon last year, Manchester Marathon, various random videos from training, and then my weekly updates. I then post over on Instagram as well. So Instagram tends to be a little bit more hit and miss. I try and post stories daily. I do upload reels on there. Some of them get viewed, some of them don't. I don't have the time or the energy to try and battle with the algorithm. I get sent messages from people saying that they can fix my SEO. I couldn't give a shit, if I'm honest. If people find the content, that's great. If they don't, they don't. Turns out, I think most people didn't find this video this evening. So, I mean, it's okay, isn't it? I think we're having fun. Are we having fun? Maybe just a thumbs up emoji if we're having fun. Maybe not. Maybe we're not having fun. You can do a down emoji. Literally 3 minutes, and then that's it. We're going to call time on this. Unless there's a question, unless somebody has a reason to engage me, I'll be heading up to the house. I'll have a cup of decaf tea. I'm going to have rice pudding with a banana in, and I might have a couple of crushed Maltesers on top, just as a little treat. I've got a hill workout tomorrow morning, running with a friend, Kaylee, who is an England triathlete. Actually works really well running with her because her paces are just a little bit behind my paces. So yeah, I can kind of pull her along, and if I do the workouts that she does, then it's just good motivation to get out and get some stuff. Probably going to do a double run tomorrow if I can. One of the things that I am finding with this training block is I'm trying to run 6 days a week, six. And I'm also trying to have a rest day midweek in between those two hard sessions. So easy run Monday, hard session Tuesday, day off Wednesday, hard session Thursday, easy run Friday, easy long run Saturday, easy run Sunday. What I'm finding is I'm really struggling to get my kind of total volume across the week up. And the only way to do that is by chucking in double runs. So tomorrow morning, I'll probably do 15, 16K, and I will try and do that again, either at lunch or before dinner in the evening. Otherwise, what happens is I get to the weekend and I need to do like a 30-kilometer long run, and then I've got to do like a 20-kilometer run the next day. And I do want the Sunday to be an easy day if possible. I've been trying to hit 110 kilometers the last couple of weeks, and Last week I didn't because I was ill, but I would really, over the next 2-3 weeks, I'd probably want to be increasing that up to 120, 130, 140. So who knows if that's going to happen? I don't think anybody's going to ask any questions. I think I don't. I'm amazed that you've just been happy just to listen to this like stream of consciousness. It's incredible that I found 30 minutes worth of content to talk about. Um, but thank you so much for tuning in. Do like and subscribe. You can leave a comment like after it's done if you want to, maybe to say thanks or Paul, that was just absolute shit. I don't mind. I'm not proud in any way. We will do this again next week. I will do a little bit better about the publicity and we'll see what happens. So thank you very much for tuning in. This has been a fascinating experience. And I will see you again next week or on Instagram. Yeah, PKS Runs out.